Greetings everyone! Welcome back to more old school battles. This one it's a red blue yellow match, first generation against Juan. We are going to play OU tier and it was a crazy match, so to say. It was full of what you call hacks. I don't really like to call it hacks, but yeah, it's first generation, so it's full of it. So I hope you enjoy. So I'm leading here with Jinx, and he leads with Starmie, and I know TV is incoming, so I'm looking at my team to see what would be the best to take the paralysis, and I decided Lapras is the best since he's the slowest one. Well, Snorlax is slower, but Lapras has rest, so I could shrug it off later. So I try to go for Body Slams to get some paralysis on the Starmie, but on the second one he predicts and goes to Gengar. Now, I'm going to go to Alakazam to absorb a possible electric move, and he gets the paralysis with the T-Bolt, which is 10%. Wasn't really not expecting that, but that cripples my Alakazam a lot. So I'm going to paralyze something on his team, and now against this Chansey, I'm looking pretty good since I'm already paralyzed, and he cannot freeze me with Ice Beam. So I'm just going to fire off Psychics, trying to get a special drop or critical hit or something. And now he brings in the Starmie, and since he's faster, I just go for a T-Wave trying to get it paralyzed, but I get fully paralyzed myself, so at this range of HP, I decided that my Alakazam was pretty much useless now, even though I could bring him later into Chansey and maybe recover the damage off, but at that time I thought it was useless. So well, now Snorlax comes in and he gets a fully para on the first turn he uses T-Wave, which is really bad. Now Gengar is not doing anything with his Mega Drain, and Earthquake is a solid 2-hit. So now I know Explosion is incoming, but since Explosion in first generation is weaker, it's only 170 base, I think Snorlax can take it, and it does. And now it brings in his Tauros, and now I know, well, he's going to go for a Hyper Beam. So my thought process here was, I can bring in Dragonite, as long as he doesn't crit me, I can survive the Hyper Beam, and then I can set up Agility on the turn he recharges, and just go from there. And that I would look pretty good in that situation. But you will see here, he actually misses the Hyper Beam. This was the first time I actually got mad because my opponent missed the move. And now he crits me with Blizzard, so yeah, my Dragonite goes down without doing anything. Now, I wanted this Tauros to get paralyzed because then I could handle him pretty well. Now he brings in his Starmie, and I decided to just screw that, go for the T-Bolt. At that range I can take him out. So now he brings in his Golem, and I thought, well, maybe he can miss the Rock Slide or doesn't go for it, I don't know. Just go for Blizzard. But he actually pulls a double switch into Chansey, and now Body Slam doesn't take him out by a smithern, so why? But this Body Slam to compensate crits, and he gets fully para, so yeah, Chansey is down. A huge threat out of the way, but now another huge threat comes in, Tauros. And yeah, Hyper Beam just clearly takes me out. Now I bring in my Jinx again, and I can take one attack, so I'm praying for Lovely Kiss to hit and put him asleep, but no, misses. So yeah, at this point I even told him GG because I thought I could not recover from this unless I got really lucky. So I bring in my Tauros, and Hyper Beam does not take me out. Yeah, I could go for Hyper Beam myself, but I wasn't sure if I could take him out of that range. But now seeing the damage, I could. But yeah, I didn't want to risk it at this point. Well, I should have risked it. Almost lost. Now I bring in Snorlax, predicting a Sleep Powder, but he actually goes for a straight Psychic, so now it's up to my Tauros. And Blizzard firing, and yeah, Freeze! I got the Freeze, the miraculous Freeze, and this turned the game around completely. I went from a certain loss to yeah, a possible victory, but he actually decides to explode here. And now, yeah, the technical result here is a tie. Even the game tells me I lost, but that's because, yeah, the mechanics. When you use Explosion, The Pokemon only faints afterward, and then the game told me that I lost. But on his side, if you're going to watch it, the game actually tells him he lost. But technically, this was a tie. We both lost our last Pokemon in the end. Unless you're considering self-KO clause, in that case I won. Oh well, I consider it a tie. That's probably the best result. The most fair result, honestly. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Leave a like if you did. Leave your usual feedback, it's always appreciated. And stay tuned for more old generation battles. Take care of yourself and peace.